Hello and welcome. This will be a reading for Scorpio for July 2023. Welcome to the table, Scorpio. I do hope you're well. This reading will be an intuitive reading. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'll be using a 10-card spread, 5 cards along the top row, 5 cards along the bottom row. I'll be talking about those cards to give you some clarity of meaning, and then I'll be overlaying them, and that'll be my interpretation of the cards as well, by the way. So they may not be exactly the same as other people's readings, but it's up to each reader to make their own interpretation. Then I'll be overlaying those 10 cards with a second deck of cards, and I'll be using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot cards for the overlay, and these cards here are the Tarot Illuminati. These ones are rather vibrant, but I do find them very, very revealing, so they are one of my preferred decks. Okay, let's begin the reading. I will also be looking at the bottom of the deck, but one card only. First card out, 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 6 of Swords, the Alchemist or the Magician in the bottom row, 4 of Swords in reverse, Empress in reverse, Prince of Swords or Knight of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, what have we got there? The Chariot in reverse. Okay. Just move my microphone. Excuse me a moment. All right, let's have a look at this reading. Just quick overall. It's a rather mixed bag, so that's quite good. It tells me that there's no one thing coming towards you that's going to overwhelm you in July. So, okay, 10 of Wands. So Scorpio, 10 of Wands. Responsibilities weighing you down, coming close to the end. I think I've said this for you a few times, but the responsibilities need to be dragged up those stairs to get to that tower. It says it's coming to an end, but the timing, of course, with this is quite difficult. But it looks like you've been carrying the responsibility, too much weight on your shoulders for a little bit too long, and I think you're starting to feel and I'm going to use the word blue because he's decked in blue, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're depressed. It just means that you are not able to find a lot of joy and gaiety in your life because your responsibilities have been weighing you down. So it's not so much that you're necessarily depressed, but I do think that it's very hard when you've got too much on your plate to find the time or the energy to go out and celebrate or enjoy yourself or relax or spend a day at the beach or a day just being frivolous, pottering through the shops and just enjoying the variety and the looking at people, all of those kind of things. Is when you've got too many responsibilities, you're too focused on all the things you need to do. So you never really get your head up from those responsibilities. And even if you do, you tend to be a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit reeling from all the weight of everything you've got to do. Here's the 2 of Cups. So this is a lovely focus on someone you love, opening yourself to another person perhaps. This is an expression of love, so it's being able to express yourself is a wonderful thing because some people hold themselves back and they don't say the words of love that they need to say to the people around them. This could be a new person in your life or just an opening up of yourself, allowing love to flow more freely from you, and you could be engaging maybe with a new friend or a new lover or a new person coming into your life, or perhaps you are just feeling more love generally for yourself and for the world, and you're waiting to express that and hoping to express that. And it does look like there's an opportunity for you to express that. There's this lovely balance then of, when the love flows freely, it makes your body relaxed, and then your body is healthy and joyous, and it just feels very happy inside. So here's this Two of Wands. Choosing to expand or looking beyond your expansion. This is the perhaps joining of two people, undertaking a new project. You've made some steps towards it, looking outward. It's rather interesting. You've got two twos together. So this is looking for perhaps stability, long-term stability, looking for long-term stability with a partner. That would be something that maybe make your heart feel really joyous. Looking outwards and, you know, just wishing that you could expand beyond where you are. You're not quite ready to make that move out from underneath this canopy, you know, because I don't think it is that you've quite found what it is you're looking for, and maybe if you have, it hasn't grown to such a state that you're ready to take that on. You're just sort of imagining and wishing and dreaming and, you know, filling your heart with the kind of that lovely energy of, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there, I will get there. This is part of my mission of where I'm going. And that could be once you're free, because you need that freedom to be able to step into this energy of expansion and love and sharing. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords, wishing you could move on to better times. And I think this is more of a wish card, because I'm today focused on the mist at the bottom of the boat. So I think you're very much wishing to move on to better times. I don't know if it's here yet. The first thing that caught my eye with this card today is the mist. And so I think it's just that little bit off in the distance still, where it's not tangible just yet, you know, and as much as you'd like to be able to push forward into that space of moving forward into better times, I think there's just that little bit of mist. Perhaps it's beyond the veil, it's just beyond your reach, and so just beyond the limits of your vision is how I will put it. Here, hoping for a little bit of magic. Again, these wands are coming up. It's quite interesting because each one of these cards here in the top has an energy of a wand on it. Even this love card has a staff on it there with a corticus on the top. But again, it's that, and here hanging on to the wands, as you can see, and here pushing with a wand, you know. So again, they've all got, even the alchemist has a wand as well, as you can see. So it's that wanting to grab hold of this wand, trying to push forward, leaning on that staff when you need to, and wishing that this would be wishing that this staff could push that boat a little faster towards that release of maybe the responsibilities and into your new life. And here you wish this magic wand could spin and make things better for you and maybe create a new reality for you. That's what I'm hoping for, a new reality. And today, for some reason, I've never seen this before, this looks like a pair of glasses. So to me, a pair of, you know, reading glasses or spectacles. So wishing you could see life in a new reality. And I'm just, you know, this magician card or this alchemist, you were wishing that you could take that staff, wave it across everything and create a new reality so that you could see a new life in front of you. Four of Swords, I think this is underneath this Ten of Wands, so perhaps you've had a period of illness or needing recuperation or rest or recovery. It's in the reverse aspect. Don't lose hope. I think you've actually I just feel that there's been a period of recovery. Perhaps you've had a period of illness, and that could be because you've been carrying far too much responsibility, and that depletes your energy. So a feeling of having depleted energy, but I do feel that actually you are getting some restoration. Don't lose hope. I think you've managed to somehow recover. Keep going. Don't overdo things. Just take it slow. But I don't think your vitality and I'm just going to use the vitality. I don't think you feel very radiant just yet. I think you just feel you would like to be this person, you would like to be this empress, but it's in the reverse aspect. So I just feel that again, there's a little bit too much weight that's holding you back. It's kind of like trying to turn over under a weight of too many blankets or too heavy a doona. Sometimes it's that struggle to turn over, and it's I'm getting that sensation from this card here. The Empress within is ready to glow and to shine and to take up this love, which will make you into this wonderful Empress. And this gives you abundance. The Two of Cups leading on to the Empress is fertile and creative, but this is in the reverse. So you may be thinking of love and ready to receive love, but it's not ready to go forth into the world just yet and be creative. So I've got a feeling all of that stems from this responsibility, and perhaps, the responsibility has made you unwell or exhausted. And, I think your heart is very much ready to embrace a new reality, a new passion, a new love, a new vitality, and some new creativity. I think your heart is ready, but I think your circumstances or your body or whatever is limiting you is not quite there yet. We've got the Prince of Swords, so this is the Knight of Swords charging in with clarity and vision. And it's in the reverse aspect. So again, you want this freedom, you're longing for freedom, you're longing for some open space and some clear vision and somewhere where you can just envisage this new life for yourself. But it's don't rush towards it if you're not quite ready. I don't think you're quite ready. I think something in this case, I feel that, to reach those ships or for the ships to come to you, you need to step out from under this canopy that's, it's a sort of a structure above your head. I don't think you can quite get there. It's almost like you're being held back within your home or within some sort of an elaborate, how do I put this? An elaborate structure that is holding you back. So complications perhaps in a home life situations, maybe it's a very complicated or in, a heavily textured and embroidered sort of scenario that you're in, and that's stopping you from reaching this space of mental clarity and freedom. Be careful you don't make haste towards it before you're ready, because otherwise your horse will be charging recklessly ahead when really you haven't got full control. Got the Ten of Pentacles, so again, this is this wonderful energy of normally in the upright position, talking about having sufficient wealth and stability and security to manifest a home life, and it's in the reverse aspect. So I think there's this longing and wishing for your own stability, for your own home life, your own family to build around you. Maybe you have some anxieties and worries about your financial security in the long term. And I think you'd very much like to push into this energy here. You'd like to push into this retirement energy, perhaps. Maybe not a retirement energy, but having sufficient funds and sufficient stability of your home life that you could see everything being happy and joyous around you. But it's in the reverse aspect, so there's some delay, just like I think this is still in the mist a little bit. And even the horse's hooves in this one, see, they're a little bit misty. They're not drawn with great clarity. So be careful of your footing. Beware of any accidents. Be careful of your footing here. Again, the feet here and the feet here are both in a mist. So some of you may have a slip or an accident. Be guarded about that in late July or towards the middle or late July. Be careful of your footing. Don't rush something, I think don't make too much haste. You can't push and make haste when the door hasn't really opened yet. I feel like the door hasn't opened yet. Okay, so oh my goodness, sometimes it's so hard to get to what you're trying to say. The cards give you a hint, but they don't actually always lead you to the right words. And this is in the reverse aspect, the Seven of Cups, so it's in the reverse. Be careful what you wish for, okay? That's very much what I'm thinking here. Be careful what you wish for. That's what comes to mind straight ahead. You've got the Chariot in reverse. Pardon me. I'll hold it up upright so you can see it, because it's quite a complicated card. You can see there, and I'll turn it upside down. So in reverse, you know, you're very, I think, very focused on going in this direction, but the weight of something is above you. So I don't think you're making the kind of progress you would hope to be making. And he's coming away from a city and moving outwards, but and this is what I was talking about before. I think there's something embroidered or textured or complicated in your home life that is holding you back and just slowing you down. So that's what I'm getting from this card, because it's showing the home life in the card, in the background of that one as well. So something about your tower here again. The tower has blood on it. I think the building, something about your foundation, your home life is holding you back. There's something complicated in the background, I feel. And I could be wrong, but that's what the energy I'm getting from the cards. And that's stopping your expansion. That's hindering your expansion at this stage. Be mindful about the footing and not trying to rush. I don't think you can push forward. I don't think... these two cards are both telling me that you can't push forward too fast. It won't work. It'll only cause you a misstep. So let's clarify these cards now. So I think this is talking about going with the flow. There are not many cups here either. So except for this one, this 7 of Cups. So be careful what you wish for. But otherwise, there's not much here talking about going with the flow. Even the Chariot is, you know, he's sort of being held back because he's in the reverse position. And also this Prince of Swords is in the reverse position. So anywhere where it's showing movement, it's in the reverse position. So, you know, I don't think you can push forward at this stage. I think this is where you need to have a certain amount of patience for things just to unfold all by themselves. Sorry, that's rather a big mouthful. I do apologise, Scorpio, but sometimes the words just need to come out, and then let's clarify these cards. So, ooh, the Devil on top of the 10 of Wands. Youch. Never nice. Okay, 7 of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, 8 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups upright. Ooh, 3 of Swords in upright, High Priestess upright, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse position, the Fool. Oh my goodness, thank goodness you're wishing for some freedom, definitely. Okay, I get that. This is quite a heavy reading again. Let's have a look what's there. Oh, we've got a reflection. Okay, I'll get it out of the reflection. There we go. What have we got? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'll just put that there. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I think you're not able to spend sufficient time on yourself. I think you're not feeling very sure of yourself. I think you are having doubts within yourself. This is a card of, you know, being able to manifest and create. And, you know, in the reverse position, I'm feeling that it's more a feeling of being a little bit ground down, and you've been waiting a long time. It feels like you've been waiting a long time to get this freedom to manifest and perhaps spend a bit of money and do the things you want to do. But it looks like you need to be patient a little bit longer. Again, there's that weight holding you back. Funny thing is, I'm getting a pain in my back, sort of in the position of my heart. And maybe this is a sense of a heavy heart, something holding you back, a heavy heart. A weight around your heart is holding you back. Here we've got the Devil. So the Devil, something that you're chained to, held back from, enslaved to, overcommitted to. This can be an addiction. It can be something where you... And actually the enslavement, by the way, is a voluntary enslavement. It's kind of like the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man and the Devil are both in a sense the same, in that you have willingly allowed yourself to be enslaved in this situation. And that is sort of like when you're addicted to something, you're contributing to the addiction because you continue it. Or when you over invest in your work, for example, you are willing to do that because you actually go there and do the overwork. So this sounds ruthless and hard, but this addiction or this enslavement, this entrapment, is something that you have committed yourself to, that you have put too much energy into perhaps, or that just is holding you back. But it's something that you've agreed to do, or with another person, that you've allowed yourself to be, and the word subjugated is coming to me here. You've allowed yourself to be, you've been put in the minor strength position. The other person has the upper hand or the control or the strength, or because of them, it's taken away your strength. I don't know how else to put it at this stage. So somehow or another, and it could be a responsibility, something has taken away your power and your strength, and which is why here you can't manifest at the moment, because you don't have the power or the strength or the freedom. You are stuck to this throne, this rocky throne, and it's weighing you down. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. It's in the reverse aspect. So you're wondering whether it's worth the effort. Is this worth the effort? You're beginning to think maybe it's not worth the effort. But I don't think you're looking at this pentacle. This is the freedom pentacle. This is moving on to something different. You're still looking back in the reverse aspect at what you've already, you're digging in. This is the word I'm getting. You're digging in for the long haul. You're digging in and going with what you've known. Okay, so there we go. Ace of Wands, wishing for a new opportunity, hoping something would come your way. And this is opportunity coming in from the cosmos, but again, it doesn't feel like it's coming in any day soon. It just feels like a new start. You would like a new start. That's energy, wishing for a new start, something that would flourish and help you grow. But I'm getting the sense that there's a delay in that as well. Again, there's this. I'm sorry, Scorpio. This is actually not the nicest reading, and I wish it could be nicer. We'll look for the positive points in it. The Hermit is seeking enlightenment, and he has spent too much time on his own. He's undertaken this quest. He's seeking enlightenment, but he's getting weary. And if you look at the expression on his face in this one, a lot of time and prayer, perhaps meditation, a lot of time on your own. Perhaps you need to get out into the light of day a little bit more. Just so that you can remember who you are and what is inside you that makes you shine. Because it looks like you've spent a lot of time on your own. And as much as your heart is ready to open, here we go, do apologise for the noises in the background. As much as your heart is ready to open for new love and experience the joy of that, I think you're putting your energy into something you've been putting your energy into recently. I think you're going to continue with that. Here we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, waiting for a message to come in, waiting for something that, normally this message would be a good message. So waiting for some good news or something. So hoping for some good news. That's all I can say. Hoping for some good news to come in. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, she's in the upright position. So she's guarding her heart here in this one. So, very much a vessel, a giant vessel of love waiting to be opened, and you're very much closed. You've got the lid on this. You've got this closed off. You're protecting yourself. It's in the upright position, so you could very focused on love if and when you are ready to. And it's almost, this is reminding me of a Scorpio sort of a symbol here. So Scorpio, looking at yourself and your self-expression, and wondering if you'll, when can I express myself more fully, is sort of what I'm getting from that. When can I express myself fully? When can I take the lid off my little pot here and allow my emotions to to flow more freely. So a little bit, I feel that very much this big shell over her back, this is waiting for this opportunity for love and looking at this cup and sort of thinking, will I ever get an opportunity to express my love and my feelings and my devotion? There's some heartbreak here, which is rather interesting. So whether you're coming up for a painful situation, because it's on top of the Empress, and it's rather interesting that when I talked about the Empress, I was talking about her love and her heart being open. And as I said, I got a sense of pain in the heart. I think it was when I was talking about this card. Apologise for shaking the microphone. I did get a pain in the heart, and I've still got it now. So actually it's quite strong. So there's some sort of something that's giving you pain in the heart. And that's very much what I'm feeling from the Empress. The Empress, for those of you who have a medical condition, I suggest perhaps you might, if you've been holding back from visiting a medical practitioner, perhaps this is the time to do so. If you are feeling some sort of tension in your heart or that things don't feel right, but there's some sort of heartache here. I'm just getting heartache rather than, not necessarily a medical episode, but heartache, longing, loneliness, separation. I don't know what this is. I can't describe this. This is definitely feeling like heartache, separation, lonely, and I definitely have a pain in the back of my heart. So that doesn't feel like a heart attack coming or anything like that. It feels more like heartache. Heartache. I'm just going to call it heartache. I don't know what more to make of it. And I got the sensation here from the Queen of Pentacles at the same time. Here we've got the High Priestess. Now that's on top of this Knight of Swords. So High Priestess, again, going within, cloistered, retreating, pulling back. You have all the seeds here in the background of the pomegranate. So, you know, this waiting for this fertile expression to come from the seed, but at the moment it's very pulled back. So, you know, undertaking your studies, wisdom here, gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, gaining learning, or undertaking learning, trying to find the balance, perhaps pulling back and finding the balance when you go within yourself. But there's this, again, there's this long, and again, it's a little bit like the Empress in reverse. I'll hold them both up because the pomegranates are a little bit like the Empress in reverse. There's the seeds of potential there and the longing and waiting, you know, they can express themselves when they've been planted in the ground and released. So something's not able to be released, and there's heartache here. I do apologise, Scorpio. 8 of Wands, you're getting very tired of all the work you've had to put in. You're working towards this financial stability and security and your future life and your future legacy. But I do feel there's a sense of fatigue with this. It feels like you've been toiling and labouring rather than enjoying it, because normally this 8 of Pentacles in the upright position would normally talk about working for something and gaining satisfaction from what you're doing. But at the moment, this feels like labouring. So working hard, but it feels like labouring rather than something you're enjoying. Now, here's the Fool at the very end. Be careful what you wish for. Wishing for your freedom, I think, very much. Wishing for release and the commencement of a new journey. And it says it's coming, but I don't think it's quite here yet. I've got a feeling that you're waiting for some sort of a message. You're waiting for this magic to happen. You know, you're wishing for something, but because it's on this pie, what I call pie in the sky reverse, not being, you know, be careful what you wish for. This sense of freedom, this new journey. It feels a little bit ragged. I'm getting this ragged energy here. So whether something is making you a little bit nervous, I'm not quite sure. Nervous about your new beginning, perhaps. That's nervous that you know, there's this sort of nervous anxiety perhaps in the background about starting life anew, or the steps you need to take to get there. I'm not entirely sure. There's a new beginning indicated here, but I'm getting a level of anxiety or nervousness attached to that. But I don't think it's going to happen in July, because things look like they're being held back a little bit. So July looks like it's something's holding you back. I'm sorry that this reading hasn't been a joyous one. Scorpio, it does look like you're feeling a little bit trapped and confined, and I think that's giving you a sense of compression and loneliness, and somehow you need to find a release from that, but it's not always possible, particularly because you've got responsibilities and burdens here right at the beginning, and you've got the devil that's sort of pressing in over the top of it. So it's very strong energy here right at the beginning, and this release is not as strong as this energy here at the beginning. Thank you very much for watching, Scorpio. I do hope the next reading is more free-flowing for you and brings you a little bit more joy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.